Alrighty guys, welcome back to another Dragon Ball Legends TOP guide video. This is going to be part 2 of 2, right? If you missed part 1, you can go ahead and check it out on the channel. I'll link it in the description down below. But last time we ended off with regeneration. We finished off the boss stage right here. We're finished fight 13, I believe it was, and this is the status of what my team is looking at right now. So let's go ahead and get right into it, see where we can place. This is going to be finishing off Season 19 right here. So the fight that we're going to be participating in, you pretty much have two options. You can either go for this fight right here. I'm not going to be choosing this fight just because of the fact that I don't want to deal with Super 17 being able to eat my Ki Blasts. I don't want to deal with Nova Shenron being able to nullify, has the bubble shield, and I don't want to deal with Ice Shenron being able to nullify strike attacks, right? There's a lot of nullifications going on right here, on top of the fact that these two yellow units will be able to buff each other, and these guys are very just the heal based overall, right? They like to heal a lot. So the fight we will be taking on is this stage right here, and it looks very intimidating, but if you have high Ki restore speed, you should be okay. If you're not confident in your ability to take down your opponents, make sure I would just go opt in for the GT stage instead. It is a 3/5 stage, so I don't think it'll be too difficult overall. Even if you do take some supers, I don't think it'll do too much damage, but you still have to be safe. Alright, so this is the layout we're going to be using. It's more defensive based, right? Because we do have both of their healers on the field right here, even though it is a 3/5 stage, but I think 3/5 stages are the best stages to go ahead and take advantage of the healing as much as you possibly can. So the idea here is to have high Ki restore speed units on the field, right? Which means Omega Shenron, Boo Tanks, Legends Road Piccolo, and the LF Piccolo as well are all going to have really high Ki restore speed. That's why we're going to do it like this. Alright, so now in terms of attack order, Goten will go first, and then following shortly after that, Gohan should already be low health, so he'll be easy to take out. Then we got to go for the other blue card user, which is the Kaioken Goku, right? And then immediately after that, we'll go for this purple Gohan, since he is going to be able to, he has the buff against regeneration. Then we'll go for the healer. We're going for the healer a little bit late in the fight, which might not be the right choice, but that's just how I'm going to do it. And then we'll take out the Super Saiyan 3. So let's see how this goes. Alright, so coming out of that fight went pretty easily, right? It's the 3/5 stage. Everyone kind of went down like without a fight. We were able to get a little bit of healing off. We got the full kill, exactly what we wanted just from this 3/5 stage. And we still came out with a good amount of points, 1.2 million. Alright, so for the next fight is the 15th win bonus. So this is an important fight for us. We want to go for the highest difficulty stage. The only one being is this one right here, right next to us, and this is going to be an easy stage as well. Look at the team comp. It's not really impactful here, right? Let's go and talk about our layout. Alright, so for this layout, we're going to be just doing a minor swaps right here. I'm going to bring in the green 21, that way we can get a little bit more healing right here. She's also very close to her special move. She'll be in the healing tile as well. Just basically piling on the blues right here because there's two reds, piling on the greens because there's two blues, right? And then there's a purple unit on there as well, so we have the two yellows to cover that as well. So I think this will be the perfect setup. Alright, so in terms of attack order, we're going to go ahead and get Pikkon first because this is another unit that can generate the blue card. So it's wise to get him out early. But I'm going to go ahead and do something here that I'm going to pile on the damage to the red units. I want to immediately get Pikkon out of the way and then Omega Shenron. Following suit, I do want to get this guy out of the way, right? Because we do have all these green units. Then after that, we'll go after this Kid Goku, and then this Goku, and then the EX and Shenron right here. I think this will work out just fine. Alright, so coming out of that fight, a little bit more risky. I'm not going to lie. Android 21, good. She took a lot of damage there. 2.8 million points will still take that. We got the full team kill right here, but I think it's safe to say that I don't think Android 21 is going to make it through this whole run, but she had a good run regardless. I'm still okay with this. I'm still happy with what she's done so far. She'll probably die within the next couple of fights, depending on if I bring her in or not. Alright, for the next fight is a no-brainer, in my own opinion. This is probably like one of the easiest fights in the game right here. Let's go ahead and talk about layout. Alright, so this is the layout that I'm going to be using for this fight right here, right? Switching it up just a little bit. My only healer here is going to be the Fat Boo. Once again, Android 21 might die. And the reason why I have both of my blue units on the bench right here is because there is a couple green units that I just don't want to get targeted by. I don't want to take damage, right? The more damage you take, the less points you're going to gain. So the first thing that we're going to be doing here is we're going to get Gohan out of the way. And typically after Gohan, I like to target Beerus. But just because I do believe my greens are going to attack towards the end, we're going to go for this Bulma, and then we'll go for Beerus, and then we'll go for this Piccolo, and then Whis, and then Shallot. Shallot being like the least threatening out of this entire lineup right here. Remember, he doesn't go God mode in this game mode in TOP. He just goes to Super Saiyan 1, I believe. Alright, so coming out of that fight, literally every single hit that I took was on Android 21 good, bro. It's so tragic, but we did get the full kill right here, 1.5 million points, and miraculously, she's still alive. Alright, so here you have a couple options, right? I would say the main goal you always want to keep in mind is your 20th win streak bonus, which would be this fight up here, right? Seems pretty easy too, so you do want to get there. So as long as you're staying towards the left of this path, I think you'll be fine. If you're a little bit low on HP, you want something more easier, go for this fight. For me personally, I'm going to go for this fight so I can just get as much points as possible. This fight does look very annoying though. Alright, so this is how we're going to set it up right here. Once again, I'm going to keep my blues on the bench just because he has 2 greens available to him. Hopefully, Omega Shenron can do a lot of damage right here, though. He is going to get his ultimate ability, right? He's at 98%, and I'm going to put him on this yellow tile to upgrade his blue card to the ultimate overall. Android 21, I'm just hoping she can get her blue card off before she actually goes down, because she probably is going to die right here. She's only at 25% HP. Alright, so in terms of attack order, I'm just praying that my Omega Shenron can actually get the ultimate ability off, so we'll try to get Oop first. Then after that, we'll take out the purple unit, who's an extreme unit, so it shouldn't be too difficult overall. And then we do have to take care of this guy, since we are running 2 yellows. The reason why I feel confident running the 2 yellows against the red unit is just because this is the low star Ultra Omega Shenron, and then on top of that, my yellow Piccolos are fairly beefy, right? And then after that, I do want to start picking off the support. We'll go for these 2, and then this guy at the very end. Alright, so this fight actually went pretty good, besides the fact that we actually got stunned. Ultra Omega Shenron got stunned on turn 1 by the Super Saiyan 3 Kid Goku. But it worked out pretty well, because coming around the second turn when he wasn't stunned, he was actually able to get his ultimate ability off on the opposing Omega Shenron, proving to just be a lot more worth it, right? You could see my yellow units didn't really take a lot of damage. Ultra Omega took, I think, 2 hits, and then Good 21 also took some hits as well. She's still on the verge of death right there. I'm surprised she's even made it this far. Full kill again, 1.5 million points. Now for the next fight we're going to be doing is actually an easy fight. It looks intimidating, but is actually pretty easy. I always go over these fights right here. Let's go ahead and talk about the layout bonus for this Boo Tank stage. Alright, so this is how we're going to approach this stage. Now typically, you guys may see me when I'm doing my layout bonus, I'll keep everyone away from the top row, because most of the time that's where most of the debuffs come in, right? It's just on that very top of the row. But I want to go ahead and just risk it here. I want Baby to get this extra damage, and then obviously we're going to go ahead and get these extra bonus hills for 21, and for the Boot Tanks right here, hopefully they don't take too much. I think this is going to be a good lineup, because he does have green units on there. Well, he has blue units right there. A lot of blue units, so I'm going to be bringing in my greens. He has a couple red units, so I'm going to bring in my blues, and as well as the purples. So both the Piccolos are a must bring. So for the lineup, I pretty much use this lineup every single time, and it works out pretty well. Go for Boot Tanks first, obviously. Don't want to let him get a super attack off, and then following suit, I want to go ahead and get this guy out of the way. I'm sure my purples can handle that pretty easily. And then we'll target the Videl, just because that's the only red unit on his team, the only one that's going to do any decent amount of damage to my yellow units. And then it's going to rotate back to my own yellow unit, so we'll go for the purple, then Ultimate Gohan, and then Majin Vegeta. Let's do it like that. Alright, so that's probably the easiest 5-fist stage that we have right here. Android 21 actually getting some healing in. Look at, she actually might survive to the end after all. 1.7 million point. We got the full kill right here, and we successfully avoided any incoming super from the opposing Boo Tanks. Alright, so for the next fight we're going to be going against is another, honestly, kind of easy one. Not necessarily just right out the gates easy, but look at this team composition, right? Multiple EXs, not really tons of synergy right here in terms of Z ability. Let's talk about the layout bonus. Alright, so for this layout, this is what we're going to be doing here. We're going to let both of our greens ride the bench for now, right? So we're going to bring in our yellows, our blues, and our reds. I think that's going to be the perfect composition to go ahead and take out to this enemy team right here. Boo Tanks is going to easily be able to get someone out right out the gates. Alright, so the unit that I want to get down right out the gates is going to be this Kid Goku right here. And then we can go for the EX Krillin. I'm sure we can get both of these units down within the first turn, right? And then after that, we'll go for this guy, get a yellow unit out of the way. And then we'll go for Kunsa, and then the other yellow unit, and then the 17 as well. Alright, so coming out of that fight right there, 5-fist stage, by the way, we got the full kill of 1.8 million points, and everyone is looking pretty healthy right now, pretty pristine. Nothing really went wrong right there, nothing I would have really changed overall. Maybe if you wanted to optimize it just a little bit more, I'm not too sure, but for the most part, I would say that was pretty successful. Alright, so here's the big one, the 20th win streak bonus. This is what really is going to set us over the edge in terms of getting into that 25% for that juicy 1000cc. That is the main goal right here, right? I don't care what rank I end up at the end of the season. I just want the 1000cc, as I'm sure many of you do too. So let's go ahead and go for this 5-fist stage and talk about the layout bonus. Alrighty, so this is the setup that we will be using for this fight right here, bringing in some blues, greens, and reds. Now, you'll notice that my Legends Road Piccolo is actually going to go ahead and ride the bench for this one, that being because of the fact that my opponent has 2 reds on his team, right? But I still want the LF Piccolo on here just because of the fact that he will be getting that blue card off on turn 3. Alright, so in terms of attack order, we're going to go for this Vegeta first. Typically, I would say go for this Frieza first, right? But there's no way you can avoid him hitting you with that green card right out the gates. So we'll go for Vegeta first, and then we'll go for this EX Broly. The EXs should go down fairly easily. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and go for this Frieza. That way we can go ahead and secure LF Piccolo just a little bit, and then we'll go for this Broly. And I want to try to time this to see if I can actually get this Broly, catch him off guard with the Piccolo blue card right here on turn 3. And then we'll go for EX Frieza into the Gogeta kill to hopefully end it off. Alright, so bad news, I basically jinxed myself. That Frieza, the DBS Frieza, actually stunned my Bootanks for the very first turn, and it resulted in taking some damage, and we did waste some of our blue cards right there. Still went pretty good though, nonetheless, right? Even though there was a fluke right there, I'm pretty sure that was just RNG just screwing me over. 3.9 million points, got the full kill right here, and everyone still looks decently healthy, right? Pretty healthy, I would say, actually. Alright, for the next fight we're going to be choosing, we really have no other choice because I'm not going to be landing on this yellow tile right in front of us. We're going to be doing this fight, which is against God Ki, which is kind of an annoying team, so let's go ahead and see what we can do. Alright, for this one, I kind of want to just try to bombard my enemy with super attacks. As you can see with Bootanks, the Majin Buu, and the Legends of Piccolo are all getting very close. We'll actually go ahead and swap these two. I want LF Piccolo to actually get some more heals here, rather than the Legends Road Piccolo, and then let's go ahead and talk about attack order. Alright, for attack order, I want to get the Rose out of the way first, and then following suit, I want to get Vados, right? This is the support of the team. And then we'll go for Vegito Blue, and hopefully by the time 3rd turn rolls around, I notice usually the 4th character that I target is around 3rd turn. So I'm going to try to just snipe him with LF Piccolo. That way we don't have to deal with this UI gauge. And then we'll go for Beerus into this Gogeta right here. I think this should be fine. I'm a little bit worried about Beerus. Maybe attack Beerus earlier just in case, because he might be able to do a lot of damage to your Bootanks if you're running Bootanks. Alright, so coming out of that one, it was actually very easy. We didn't take too much damage there at all. 1.7 million points. We got the full kill. I think everything turned out pretty perfect right there, if I do say so myself. I think that was pretty much a really, really good attack order overall. Alright, the next fight, we got another very easy one. We can go ahead and stick to the same team and same attack order as well. Alright, so for this layout, we actually did change teams. I'm sorry, I lied to you guys, but the main difference just being is that I swapped out the Omega Shenron for Kid Buu, and the reason for doing that is because Kid Buu is in Z tier while Omega Shenron is not. That way I can optimize my score just a little bit right here, seeing as this is more of an easy stage. Alright, so the first unit that obviously needs to go down is this Gohan, and then the greens are going to be an issue, right? The greens are going to 100% be an issue because I have 2 blues. Thankfully, I'm not too worried about these greens, so we'll go ahead and go like this, get Beerus out of the way, and then this Bunny Bulma, or just a regular Dragon Ball Saga Bulma, and then we'll go for Piccolo. Hopefully our Legends or our LF Piccolo super attacks him. I'm noticing a trend that around turn 4, or around the 4th unit targeted, that is where my Piccolo usually supers around. Then we'll get Whis out of the way, and then Shallot. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so there's that fight right there, fight 22, right, or 21 I believe, I'm not too sure. 1.9 million points, and look at the HP. We brought both of our blue units right there, and this went absolutely swimmingly. Got the full kill right here. This actually probably is better than the layout that I set up for you guys for the last run of this fight. This was pretty damn good right here. And I think I pretty much proved we were able to get the super attack off on this green Piccolo right here, right? So I'm kind of noticing a trend right there. If you're running the LF Piccolo, let me know, experiment with that a little bit. Is the 4th unit that you target usually the one that gets hit by the LF Piccolo super? Let me know. Alright, for the next fight, once again, is going to be a pretty easy one right here. We already went through this fight. Let's go ahead and talk about layout. Alright, so this is the layout we're going to be using here. It's going to be a little bit different. We're going to be taking complete advantage of the layout bonus tiles, and so you're probably thinking, why am I putting Bootanks on Ki Restore when he already has a really high Ki Restore? Because I've actually noticed that now that I have most of these units at Friendship rank 10, is that this yellow Piccolo actually attacks before my Bootanks, and I don't want that to happen. I want Bootanks to attack first. I want him to snipe the red unit, and then the yellows will attack after. So that's why I'm doing this right here. I'm going to be using the Kid Buu up there in the other Ki Restore spot because he has pretty low Ki Restore. He's still going to be attacking towards the end, but this is still good nonetheless. Alright, so we'll attack this red Kid Goku first, right? And then we'll go for the Krillin. Then immediately after that, we'll go for this other EX unit who will go down fairly easily. Then we'll go for a purple, and then a yellow, and then Super 17. This should go well. Alright, once again, I would say almost borderline a perfect fight right there, man. Truly. 1.8 million points, got the full kill right here. I really feel like I'm getting the hang of this. For this stage specifically, it really hands you that W. Being able to take advantage of those Ki restore spaces, essentially almost my entire lineup was able to attack before I was even able to get hit by the enemy. Alright, so here you're going to be faced with two options, two different paths that are going to basically give you the same point potential. You could either go for this 5-fist stage right here into this 5-fist stage for the very last one, or you can go for this 5-fist stage right here into this one, this boss battle for the last one, right? They both have the same amount of point potential for you, possibly. It just depends on what suits you more, what enemies you want to fight against more. Like for me, example, I'm not rocking a purple unit, right? There's two greens right here, so this probably wouldn't be the best for me. Even right here, obviously there's a green right here. I don't think this fight would be too bad actually, but I'm gonna go and opt for this stage over here on this side of the field. So we'll see what we can do. We're gonna go ahead and talk about layout. Alright, so this is the layout we're going to be using here. It looks a little bit dangerous, right? Because I'm not going to be running Super Baby 2. I'm not going to be running Legends Road Piccolo, who's going to have really high Ki restore speed. And plus 21 looks pretty low on HP, 36%. I mean, it could be a lot better, right? But we want green units in here, right? We want red units in here, and I want a blue. And then obviously LF Piccolo is just almost a must bring just because of him having that blue card, right? So let's see what we got. Alright, so the first unit I want to take out is going to be this Omega Shenron, right? The red unit. He's only at 2 stars, I believe, unless I'm blind. And then the Majub as well, because my red units will be attacking after that. And then we shall go for this Super Saiyan 3 Kid Goku, right? Because he's going to jeopardize our blue units here. And then we'll go for the Ice Shenron. Hopefully he gets hit by the super attack by Piccolo, right? We test that theory once again, where the 4th unit being targeted hopefully gets hit by the LF Piccolo. Then we'll go for this Nova Shenron and this Super 17. I am just praying that we can get the full kill right here because it's a little bit dangerous. So you might want to consider, this is where I'm really telling you guys want to consider going from either this right-hand stage or the left-hand stage, because doing this, like, there's a lot of units that can mitigate attacks right here, right? Super Saiyan 3 Kid Goku is going to interrupt me to attack turn 1. He's going to inflict me with can attack. And then, you know, the Nova Shenron can mitigate a blast or a strike. The Ice Shenron can mitigate a strike. And then Super 17 can mitigate a blast. So a lot of disruption going on right here. Let's see how this goes for us. Alright, so the fight was a success. We were able to get the full kill, although we did have to rely on the rush. Thankfully, though, no one died here. Right, surprisingly, no one died right here, even though he did have so much damage mitigation overall. No one died. And just to let you guys know a little bit more about the theory that I had, where the 4th unit picked is pretty much where the LF Piccolo is going to super, it rang true once again. The Ice Shenron actually did get supered by my LF Piccolo, so that's a neat little hint right there, I think, or a neat little tip. Alright, so now we have finally arrived at the very last fight, fight number 25, and we're going to be going against this 5-fist stage. This is the main reason why I didn't bring any purples to my run, right? Just because, look, he has 4 yellows on his team right there. Although he does have a green unit right here, which a purple unit could probably annihilate, I am still focused on the fact that there is 4 yellow units here. Let's go and talk about layout. So this is the layout that we will be using. We're putting all of our Z tier units on the front lines, all 5 of them right here. We're going to put both of our healers, the Fat Boo and the Super Baby 2, on the bench, right? Because I don't care about healing right now. I care about points at this point in time. If Android 21 dies, she dies. We're going to get through the stage regardless, and we're going to get as much points as we possibly can milk out of these units right here. This is the layout. Alright, so the first unit that has to go, obviously, is going to be Boo Tanks. And then let's go ahead and get the healer out of the way. And then after that, let's go ahead and get... I want to test the 4th unit. Remember, the 4th unit targeted is usually the one that gets hit by the LF Piccolo. But I don't want to risk it, so I'm going to go ahead and just target him first. And then we'll go for this guy. And then DKP, and then the Revival Gohan. I feel like this is going to be pretty good in terms of attack order. All right, so that pretty much finishes it off right there. 5 million points, the 25th stage right there, and everyone still stayed alive. I would even say that the Android 21 Good started healing up right there. Right, we got the full kill right here, took no super attacks, and in case you guys are still curious about the 4th opponent pick theory with the LF Piccolo, he did in fact LF this Legends Road Piccolo, who I did pick in the 4th slot. So right there we go. Tournament of Power has been completed. Let's see where we end off right here. Honestly, I was really so if we end off with 45 million points, that's actually really good. Right, I think 40 million range is definitely where you want to be at. So 45 million, let's see what we got. And let me know in the comments down below where you ended it off at. Let me know what your battle score was. So our rank is 205. Rank 205. We'll 100% take that with regeneration. That is a damn good score right there. We basically secured our top 1000 CC even if we fall off some ranks before the end of the TOP season. Let's see how it compares to the top of the top. So we got Mr. COVID-19 at the very top with 46 million points. We weren't too far off from that, just 1,200,000 just shy, right? So we'll take that, man. That being said, if you guys enjoyed the video, definitely leave a like, a comment, maybe even consider hitting that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for watching.